Hello and welcome. I'm Hania and I'm going to be your guide today. Thank you for joining this audio tour of one of the most iconic landmarks in central Mexico, El Acueducto de Querétaro. As you listen, I invite you to imagine the city as once was, a growing colonial settlement surrounded by hills, churches, and cobblestone streets, very different from the vibrant and modern Querétaro we know today. Today, we'll explore the story, architecture, legends, and cultural importance of this remarkable structure that has defined the city's skyline for nearly 300 years. Let's begin. The Aqueduct of Querétaro was built in the early 18th century, between 1726 and 1738. At that time, the city was expanding rapidly and clean drinking water was becoming difficult to access. People relied on nearby springs and small water sources that were often insufficient of the growing population. To solve this problem, a grand hydraulic project was proposed, one that could carry fresh water from the surrounding hills directly into the city. The project was financed by a wealthy Spanish nobleman named Don Juan Antonio de Urrutia y Arana. He was not only an aristocrat, but also a highly respected figure in the region. His legacy remains alive in Querétaro thanks to this monumental construction. The Aqueduct of Querétaro is a masterpiece of colonial engineering. It stretches 1,280 meters or almost 1.3 kilometers across the city. The most distinctive feature is 74 majestic arches, each standing up 23 meters high, the equivalent of a building of 7 floors. The structure was built using local pink stone, which gives an elegant and unique appearance, especially at sunrise or sunset. Originally, water traveled through clay pipes that ran along the top of the aqueduct. It could transport more than 1 million liters of water per day to fountains, convents, and public areas throughout the city. Every monument is not complete without a legend, and El Acueducto de Querétaro has one of the most famous love stories in Mexican history. According to the legend, Don Juan Antonio de Urrutia y Arana, aka El Marqués de la Villa del Villar del Águila, fell deeply in love with a nun from the convent La Cruz. Her name was Sister Marcela. Because of her religious vows, a romantic relationship between them was impossible. However, Don Juan wanted to express his admiration and devotion in a meaningful way. So, as the story goes, he decided to build an aqueduct to provide the convent and the city with clean water. Whether this legend is true or simply a romantic tale passed down through generations, it adds a beautiful emotional layer to the monument's history. This monument represents the city's colonial heritage, the process of its people, and the architectural talent of New Spain. In 1996, Querétaro Historic Center, including the aqueduct, was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognizing its historical, cultural, and artistic value. The aqueduct continues to be a popular attraction for both locals and visitors. At night, it is beautifully illuminated, creating a stunning view that highlights the arcs stretching across the city, one of the most photographed nights seen in Mexico. And if you are standing near the aqueduct right now, take a moment to look up and admire its scale. It's easy to imagine how impressive this must have looked in that time, so long before the electricity, cars, or modern buildings exist there. Finally, the Aqueduct of Querétaro, or Los Arcos, is more than just an historic structure. It is a story of community, ingenuity, faith, and perhaps even love. As you continue exploring this beautiful city, keep in mind the role this monument played in shaping Querétaro's identity. Thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of your visit.